talking about tempo, is they need to get as much rounds as they can, perhaps on the start on the T side, because when CLG Red actually switches on T side, they play such an aggressive setup here that they actually took so many rounds off of them for Please Send Help. That was like their dominating side here, as we're already seeing a quick entry onto the site. Oh, and body's already dropping, Keg.
Oh, they're making it fast and fast and fast now, aren't they? CLG Red, Emmy's gonna hide behind, but before I can even get started, it's already over. That's the first round for CLG Red, and Please Send Help, you know, maybe they're just not a pistol team. Rifles could be where it's at. We can't count them out just yet, though. Please Send Help,
No,
they haven't brought up
sure
anything.
For sure not. I mean, it's not the worst case scenario where you kind of just run down mid, so to speak, and just try to be hyper aggressive onto a site. They managed to get themselves on there. However, it was just the setup that CLG Red had over onto A. So we're seeing a little bit of an opposite play here. It's going to be B side this time around. A lot of utilities thrown to do the delay against Please Send Help. So they're kind of just stuck there in the middle. And look how they're gonna run into the bodies of CLG Red already as they push through down mid. Yep.
Ooh, at the very least, though, they are separated out on CLG's side. That means that if you take down one, it could be easier to push in after the dead body. The problem is, though, the bodies that are alive, they do such a great job shutting everything down. They held down a complete choke, and Please Send Help, they couldn't go anywhere after being smoked out banana.
Yeah, that was an absolute like pincher move on the side of CLG Red. They called and caught all of the Please Send Help ladies sitting over in banana, forced them back because of all of that mollies, and they gave the proper comms. Hey, they're all here. And you just saw the movement of the rest of CLG Red over from A, pushed forward. And so they're going to kind of do the same thing. A lot of map control, map spacing being taken. Look at how far up Julie is even playing here over in banana.
Yeah, and this is a bonus buy too. CLG Red, their weapons nowhere near as good as all the AKs that Please Send Help have. At least then, Please Send Help, they can use this to their advantage. If they dial themselves back, CLG Red, they may be forced to push up, especially someone up close like Julie. She's already so far pushed up that only the smoke will allow her to escape. The game of timings now, you don't know if there's an AK on the other side, but Julie, she takes the risk and she moves away. At least Please Send Help, they rejoin together and no bullets and no real energy has been lost. Few opening shots though, Julie's been hit. And look at Jessica, she's not much better too, 12 HP left.
Yeah, this is not necessarily like the best position that you want to see if you're on Please Send Help. It looks like they're going to just sit back, try and make another attempt here over on banana with Goose Breeder just holding things down. She does have that like a light rifle on her hands here, so it definitely could still do a lot of firepower.
You know, there's CLG Red and Please Send Help, right? I feel like the third enemy right now is that timer. 30 seconds left now. And Please Send Help, they haven't been able to utilize that time effectively yet. Or maybe in the eyes of CLG Red, they may have, and they're just waiting for those timings. Hiding those positions, though, we can see the crossfire on B. It's going to be super strong. As long as Goose Breeder and Julie can hit those shots, though. The smokes come down, the execution is strong. Julie swings hard, though, and falls, leaving Goose Breeder for herself. The pivot was there, but not quite enough. Goose Breeder falls, and now those who rotate, they're able to do such a great job. The whole site control for CLG Red was lost on B, but that rotate, the timing of that was better than any other timings we even saw on the timer.
Yeah, it was just really unfortunate. Like even the bomb going down, not being planted, just that was like such a pivotal like pickoff to start to. Even if you lose two of the players on site, honestly, like Goose Breeder, like holding the backside the way she was, just absolutely delaying and forcing like the rest of her team to be able to rotate over is huge. And that's kind of like we talked about the timing. They pushed in at 20 seconds. There's not enough room to clear site and get that bomb down. It was very tight.
No, by no means. And this is the first full buy round from CLG Red, too. Julie and Goose Breeder fell last round. They pick up their AKs. Everyone on Please Send Help, just pistols in hand is an eco round. Jessica is going to hide away, waiting for anyone to push up, but no one just yet. Few opening pop shots from her, though. She's trying to clear those corners. It only alerts on top of apartments, though. Seems like somebody might be aware. slowly making their way down. Oh, but Jessica's caught off guard. It's going to be Kelsey to get the opening blow. Makes it a double kill with a mini flank. Though going cross banana, there's going to be a few trapped inside. They can't really go anywhere except for hold the cross, but it's two different directions to watch at once. Everyone falls all at once, and CLG Red, well, they do what they do best. It's 4-0, just like their group standing in the flawless group stage for them.
Like, part of me wants to say, like, oh, they were, like, Please Send Help was being very hesitant because all they had were pistols. But that just looked kind of similar to how they played even the round prior when they did have their rifles. There's just a lot of hesitation and a lot of, like, playing very careful. And you don't want that when you do have that gun power. We are seeing the op in the hands of Senna, hoping to perhaps look for a pick-off here over in Banana. And I do like that Lovergirl has taken up a lot of space, like in the apartments, because so far it's been CLG Red just taking so much map control and map positioning to start, and you have to and you kind of forget that they're CTs. They're supposed to be the ones holding down the site and anchoring it, but you're giving up so much map space to them. When you're the T, that is not going to be a position you want to find yourself in. And so far, every time it almost becomes just like a pincher maneuver on the side of CLG Red.
Yeah, and you're not thinking about that too if you're Please Send Help. You're expecting to see those anchors on each site and hoping those executes, you can get those swings and make it work. But if you're against Goose Peter, it gets a little hard, right? She's good for the triple kill, doesn't go down. And Piggy, she's the last alive. She does have the AK though. Remember, the last round was an eco, so maybe perhaps holding on to this AK could be more valuable than going out hunting in a 1v4.
I think, perhaps trying to recover the op instead. Did they end up picking that up yet? No, not yet. That's what...
It's bait. They know Piggy might want to go for it. If she can divide it out, she starts with a good try, but there it is, only one. And from behind, though, it was a triple pinch once again.
And an op donated to... Oh, dropped it. They can swap it around. Yeah, they are swapping it around. That is unfortunate. So this is something that we've talked about yesterday. I'm seeing it again today. That was a very weird, very dry push onto a crossfire situation that Please Send Help just did against CLG. There was no utility used on one side so that they can at least isolate CLG Red, who are setting up for that crossfire. Instead, all the players just kind of walked in with nothing else, no smokes, no flashes, and got absolutely decimated. That cannot happen.
No, by no means. Plus, it helps save CLG a lot of money, right? They don't have to expend that much on utility. They know that Please Send Help aren't really going to be sending much, at least this time around already. Mm-hmm. Look at that utility usage. There's 3 total throwables left on Please Send Help side, and there's still a minute 13 in the round.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was about to be used. There it is. 2 left now. HE doesn't find much impact. Yeah.
That is a move like we just saw right now. That is a hard lesson learned the round prior. So we see the pop flash come in and with a push on top of that, but it is right for power here.
The bomb is only being picked up now. The pieces should be all set already for Please Send Help for that execute. But having Jessica, no, I'm sorry, Lovergirl so far away, that's going to hurt the timing so much. Goose Raider, she's able to use this opportunity to push up. She's good for 1. Everybody else on Please Send Help, though, they're on side of B. They're trying to make their way forwards, but one by one they fall. There's no tradability. Lovergirl found herself left alive, and she had the bomb in hand. And all the pieces were set, but once they decided to push into B, that bomb wasn't picked up yet.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, but we're going to have a little bit of a reset here. They're going to try again. Okay, now utility's looking good. They have a lot of flashes available for them. Mollies and smokes at hand. Up as well, online. Facing the exact same firepower on the side of CLG Red. So there definitely need to be careful with that. And what I would like to see is the good communication. I think to start, it's usually Piggy using a lot of the utility first. Piggy, I love that name. Oh no, utility usage again, down and die. She's just picking them off one by one, finally to fall.
And that was a dry P too.
Costly. Yep.
We got rewarded a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But there's still this apartment push, right? There's one inside, and Kelsey's waiting for that inevitable, right? Pop fires go. Game Sense says there should be someone up there. Maybe I heard an audio cue. And this is not good for Piggy. She was good to find Die in the beginning now, but the push-up is true. It's a double swing, and regardless, even finding one, she would have been traded out. 2 left alive. The gears are turning again. It's a 2-to-1 ratio for Please Send Help, and they haven't found a single round so far this first map, the first of this series. And the bomb still wasn't picked up, only 43 seconds left. Sajidine, I don't know if Please Send Help have decided what site they want to go to yet.
No, they've had this pseudo default setup, just trying to perhaps find an early pick or trying to catch CLG Red off guard, which I think is very hard of an ask. Oh, turning away from the flash, but no smoke to protect them. Lover Girl to fall. We'll get that trade though, but Melissa is that? Am I saying that right? It's a little blurry for me, but it's all good. All alone against the 3 of CLG Red. Oh, it's Mads. Okay. I was like, I thought of Melissa.
That's a nice name though, Melissa.
It is.
There's a first for this round too.
Yeah?
Yeah, there was a bomb that went into the ground. That delayed execute, really, really helpful there. It did allow maybe to throw the timings off of a CLG Red just a teeny tiny bit. Please Send Help, even with 2 alive and there were still 4 on the board for CLG, they were able to make their way on the B and get that bomb into the ground. It's not much, the defuse was there. They still lost the round, but at least now there's a little bit of contingency with their credits, right? They can buy up a little bit more again. And Mads should be able to buy up as well. AKs are strong for Jessica and the rest of the Please Send Help, but again, we need to see more kill conversions than we need to see bombs into the ground as well. And it just feels like CLG Red, they've always had that positioning advantage.
They definitely do. They've utilized their utility early on to push back any aggression from Please Send Help, and on the back of that, also take up space. We see very deep mollies being thrown over on Banana and over down mid, which allows the rest of the CLG Red girls to push up and hold like those tight corners and hide behind some of the utility, hide behind some of that smoke, and or perhaps get an early pick off. It's really been panning out for them. And you're not really seeing much of the same on the side of Please Send Help, just because there seems to be a lot of hesitation as far as where they want to commit to start. So again, we're seeing this is one of those situations for the side of Please Send Help as they push up mid, is they'll smoke at one side. That's what you love to see. But CLG Red, they're playing deep on site right now.
The psychological factor too, right? CLG, they had gone so aggressive, so many CT rounds early on, and now dialing themselves back, waiting for that push to come up. There's an early trade that does remove some positions off of A. It's going to leave Kelsey by herself in apartments. Die is nearby, but as soon as Kelsey leaves the building, she identifies 2, helps out to make sure the op can't be traded out. Jessica, she had site control, but no bomb into the ground. She loses it immediately. And it feels like a lot of hero plays from CLG Red haven't been stopped yet.
No, and there's definitely like something to be said about how grouped up Please Send Help have been playing without actually getting much of the trades when they're getting killed, and they're getting caught from behind. They're getting overwhelmed constantly from their 6, and that is an issue, because the way CLG Red have been playing it, they're on their default setup over on CT side. They're managing to create these wraparounds, and nobody's really watching the flank. Everybody's trying to figure out where are they hiding onto site or wherever we're trying to push on the side of CLG or on the side of Please Send Help. Meanwhile, CLG Red's already wrapped around and catches them by surprise. Oh, that's a good pick though.
Yeah, absolutely. And it goes to show the timings and the positioning for CLG Red have changed every single round. We had seen Kelsey by this time already almost exiting apartments, but now she's down. 4 left alive for CLG. The first time now we've seen ECH, we call them that too. Please Send Help. They've been in the positive position of having a body over CLG. Now Goose Breeder, she's attempting to aim into the smoke. She's good for 1, but she can't find the trade again. As long as Please Send Help can keep finding these trades, it's gonna look good, but then you have to remove the op off the table too. It's Die, who's good for another and trades things forwards, and Julie's there, caught off guard. Lover Girl's 1 of 2 left alive, and she's worse for wear. 36 HP, bomb in hand. On the other side of the map, that's not her spawn. but she might be good to take Emmy off of a weird rotate here. Maybe unexpected, but as she aims behind Coffin, she plays off the timing and the cues of her teammates so well. She's good for another. It's Goodly Piggy by herself, stranded away, nowhere to hide. Emmy, the solo B Warriors, reminding me a lot of Pippi Sippy.
That almost looked doable for Please Send Help if they had that timing. There should be some expectation that someone's going to be anchoring that site, right? Just unfortunate that where would that be? You typically tend to assume it has to be somewhere deep inside, hiding in one of those dark corners, but no. It's just Emmy sitting over by the coffins, waiting to fill it up with her own kills, and so she did. And just look at how aggressive this push is already in Banana. And this is a rifle round. This is a buy round.
Yeah, and this is a valuable one, too, for Please Send Help. They haven't been able to convert any of those rounds yet, and so all the weapons needed are important to save here, or they may be forced to go to another eco. 3 left, though, for CLG. I like Dai's positioning here. She's holding for the very tight cross, and she saw the barrel of one of the weapons. Now, she may be aware that Senna with the op, and she can trade it out there. She misses the shot. Senna wasn't able to connect either. That's good for the entry, though. The space was created, but Dai, through the flashes and smoke, still connects against the enemy opper. A 3v3, she's forced to back off. And now is the time for Please Send Help to push up. The bomb is down and the smokes are dividing out those lines of sight. No one's there to help out Dai for the cross. And far, far away, it's Kelsey. She has to make a lot of time to catch up. She's on the attempted flank. All the distraction from Julie, though, masking those footprints down. As long as Dai can participate, Sajidine, this could be good. Kelsey, she has to play off the timing, but you have to worry about the bomb plant. And Lover Girl's still watching. The plan doesn't go to fruition. Now it's down to a stall for PSH. They're holding down the line. They're good for the crosses as well. Dai, the last alive with the op. Even if it's been flawless so far, you don't want that removed off the table. That could be a free op for anybody else. Some of the eco damage and maybe dying along with the bomb could be the way to go. And, well, no one's going to get the op now. Right. Oh, no. Not even.
That was the best round that we've seen on the side of Please Send Help for sure. They managed to meet the aggression on the side of CLG Red over in Banana, being rewarded with 2 kills to the 1. So that's a proper enough trade. Forcing Dan to fall back. Rest of her team waiting to rotate over, but it did get a bit hairy on the entry. There's still a lot of concern as far as the no utility usage as they try to push through onto site. That almost cost them another like a death. But in the end, though, it was all about the timing. I did like that they managed to save some of their smokes and their grenades to stall any attempt on the side of CLG Red to make their way onto site. As we're seeing another utility spam here in Banana. Please Send Help. It looks like they want to try and attempt to do the same thing that they did last time. Hey, if it works, why change?
Yeah, and I love this a lot, right? You're waiting for CLG Red to expend all of that utility to just slow the push for Please Send Help. But every time Please Send Help have gotten that bomb onto the site, they've waited for that timer to go egregiously low. It does allow more time for the anchors, but no, Goose Breeder makes sure that whatever fast aggression could come out gets punished immediately. That wasn't the only one going to B either. Senna's good to trade out Goose Breeder. She's down. That leaves Emmy the only one left on B. There is a small rotate from Dai to come in time. She has another op, but she's smoked out again. She's got to return to where she was last round. That was inside of Coffins. The rotate, though, has already been watched. Those left alive for CLG Red. They're going to try to help out, but Senna, the opping goddess, good for 2 as she clears away. Dai once again. But this isn't impossible, though, for CLG Red. They can certainly bring this back. The 2 to 4, waiting out that util all the same as how PSH pushed the site themselves. As long as Senna can connect this next shot, though, there will only be 1 left alive, and she's good for it. As Julie finds herself in the corpse of her old teammate. They have to do the same thing. It's Mads to clean it up, and I like the timing. I love the timing from PSH.
Absolutely. I'm glad that you said that because that was exactly the same thing that I've noticed for that round. This is obviously the best round that they've had so far in this map, and it's all about the timings. Earlier in the earlier rounds, there was a lot of hesitation when they don't use utility, or even when they do use some utility. Nobody's really doing any entry. This time around, they were patient. They waited out some of that utility spam that CLG Red loves to do over in Banana, and then after that, they did their setup. Okay, well, they have someone properly doing this deep smokes and flashes in, and you actually also have players, doing those peeks and aggressing through. Oh no, though, that is scary.
This renewed confidence from Please Send Help is fantastic to see. The dry peaks that we criticized earlier on have been working out in spades against the op-wielding Die. Goose Breeder again, she's been a difficult force to deal with when it comes to this site, but again, if you can remove her off the table, that leaves Julie by herself. She's good at holding the site, though. She's trying to go down to her USPS. It's not enough. Thank you, car outside. I agree. It's going to be a 9-2 still, but there's only 2 left alive for both sides. Piggy's a little worse for wear herself. She's still going to make the first contact, but instead, Senna leaps in front of the bullets to save Kiki's life. 1 left alive, though, and she's not going to last much longer. The delayed rotates from CLG Red. They came in clutch.
Yeah, that was not even though it did swing to the side of CLG Red, there has to be a bit of a concern as far as how they're holding their B sites now. Okay, now they're realizing, okay, just throwing our mollies down banana, but they haven't been able to take up that space because the last time they did that, they lost 2. Is now a bit of a concern. So it's been very key for them to take up a lot of this deep space over in banana to start, but when you're facing against the op as well as just the rifles on the side of Please Send Help is very important. That early pickoff, though, I do like. Something that I wanted to see CLG Red do is perhaps have a bit more mid presence so that Please Send Help have to be wary of their backside and be wary of their pinchers here. But look at how Apartments is infested with a bit of those Please Send Help players.
I completely agree. And I like this renewed confidence, too, from CLG Red. They're going for their aggressive push-ups like we had seen in the early rounds, and it's working out in spades. No bodies down for CLG Red. Of course, as I say that, the caster's curse comes by. Die, though, finding her shots again. It's been an execute, though, for B-side 4 rounds in a row, Sajidine. Even if Kelsey makes contact here, she doesn't. 2 ships in the night passing by. This could be an A execute, and Kelsey might not know. Oh. Out of nowhere, snipe through the window. Kiki gets a perfect shot to the skull of Kelsey. Now Julie needs to hide away. She's got to play for the time in the audio. Waiting to hear what footsteps she can see, or I guess audioly hear, and where. She's going to hide away, try to slice the pie, take down 1, makes it 2. The surprise factor's there. She cleans the site. Julie saves the round, which otherwise should have been Please Send Help in spades.
They just definitely were not expecting someone still sitting there, and Please Send Help. That was very costly for them. It's now an 11-2 scoreline. It almost looked promising as far as just constant presence on opposite sides of the map. It'll definitely fragmentalize the way CLG Red have been playing. They even committed 3 players over on B that time because, like you said, it has always been a B hit so far. But CLG Red, they also understand the assignment. They're not going to fully commit a rotation unless that bomb is planted. And that paid out in dividends for them.
I do want to maintain, though, that I really like the new change of pace from Please Send Help. I think they've adapted wonderfully from the early part of this half. Being able to play a little bit slower. Oh no, 1 second, I'm so sorry, Sajidine, but look at this. They're pushing it aggressively again. They played that slow early game, but now they're going to speed it up once again. They're keeping Goose Breeder on her toes. They smoke around, but that does nothing. Wow. Her special goggle, she allows to see everything through space and time. And so everyone is lit now on Please Send Help. There's 2 with so little HP. As long as they can connect heads, though, Die falls. A 3v3 sure, but there's no healthy people at all on Please's side. And with only 1 left, it was Kiki. She's hiding in the corner, spotted up by the AK shots.
I cannot believe Goose Breeder just sat in the back the way that she did and did not get punished for it. It was kind of an expectation, perhaps. Looking at the utility buy that Please Send Help had that round, they could not really commit too much. So they invested in their smokes and their flashes, nothing really for HEs or mollies, and they had a couple of rifles to their name. I like their fast push onto B site, manages to catch Diana off guard, but in the end, that fast rotation on the side of CLG and Goose Breeder just absolutely anchoring that site has been so pivotal for that round win for CLG Red.
Jessica's just shut down on the entry again. Oftentimes, it's always on B too. I think the first round that Please had won, it was because Jessica was taken down early, but the execute was still there after. She happened to create enough space, but now that we see these individual peaks, rather dry peaks too, Mads is falling. And I'm really hoping Piggy doesn't do the same. Or Senna. That'd be lethal.
Yeah, I mean, this is Inferno, Banana, the name of the game here. It's so pivotal to just have that sort of control, but perhaps a little bit of change of pace again for Please Send Help might be warranted if they want to get themselves a couple more rounds before the side switch. It's a tall ask with Kiki on her own to fall eventually, but it's tough, right? My math is wrong as usual. The side switches now, so I'm gonna take some math lessons here. Go for a quick break, and we'll see you on the other side.
Welcome back, everyone. Please Send Help have their work cut out for them, but CLG Red, they're only switching the T side, Sajidine. But to me, it's felt like they've played T side all along with how aggressive they've been playing.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a concern here now that they're on the side that typically enables that sort of aggression. But Counter-Strike has a long history of people arguing, is CT sided only? So perhaps the roots of the game can be brought out here. Just look at how they're stacking this. Or it's going to be another 50-50 situation. Please send help. All 4 players in A, only 1 anchoring B. That's going to be interesting. Perhaps a good read, though. We'll see.
Let's travel up banana. Doesn't seem like it was a good read. Any small audio cue right now from Mads will mean the world for Please's side. As soon as any utility, anything at all out of the ordinary has been thrown out, the call needs to be made and the rotates as soon as possible. Should be made now, though. Mads still aiming away for anyone up on top of the blue box. Not going to be there just yet, though, but she's good for the opening pick of the half. Make that 2, a double. That's super strong, but she already did her work. You can sleep now for the round. And Piggy, she's already rotated by towards Coffins. Everyone else is hiding away for CT side. They're all clogged away inside Coffins, but as soon as it's relieved, they may be able to flush down onto the site. Goose Breeder, though, hiding in her usual spot along with Julie. It's a 3v3. It's gone to a grinding halt, and there's almost no utility on the board left to use at all. It's down to raw gunfights. Positioning, the crossfire is absolutely needed here, but it looks like, though, Please, they find the double kill off of Lover Girl, nearly makes it. No, she does make it a triple. That's a strong opening for Please.
That was good, and it all comes down to that hole on the back of side. We saw Goose Breeder do it the round, or the other side prior. Mads being able to just do it again, taking down 2 with her before she went quietly into that round night, and that's a score line on the board for Please Send Help. So good for them, and I feel like they kind of need to play similar to how CLG Red does and claim as much control. Oh my gosh, CLG Red.
I think you made a good call.
Yeah.
Took a page out of their book, played hyper aggressive, and now look, there's only Goose left alive. She falls too, but Please, they've already doubled their rounds from the first half. Maybe you're right. This could be a CT-sided game, and we can't count anybody out just yet because I am loving the momentum and, frankly, the confidence that Please Send Help are bringing out. They've never dipped down there. They've always looked super confident, even when they were 13-0 or very close to 13-0.
Yeah, I really like this. I love the early utility usage to start here. That's a nice mid-smoke. Blocking down halfway through the map even. It allows them to potentially take up some further space if they need to, and same thing with this deep smokes over on Banana. And you can kind of understand why there's a bit of hesitation for the side of CLG Red as far as where they want to commit to for this time around. They're just postured down mid, out mid. Perhaps it's going to be an apartment play here, but
a lot of smokes to work with.
Yeah, they just have to play the timing game. Pressure's on for CLG Red to make their way onto the site first, right?
Well, if you're CLG Red, you can't go to the right side of house, though. But if you go to the left, you meet the eyes of Senna and another Molly. That's why Mads is going to rotate around and find the opening pick. Really strong of an opener there. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh. But with that being said, Senna's going to push up here and try to find a second, right? She may be good for it. She's looking for the quick strafe or even the wide peek. Kiki, though, she's going to help out a teeny tiny bit, but you don't need Kiki's help. You got your own self, Senna. She's good to find Jemmy instead. Kiki herself, she's ready with the molly in hand. She's going to stifle off the push towards B. She runs away and repositions the bomb and the carrier, the 2 of the 3, all 3 left alive. They're going to have to push up now. Looking around for that opening pick again on B. It's Kiki good for 1. Senna's there for the early rotate. It's going to leave Die by herself. We have seen nothing from her but the op last round, but she can't afford it just yet, and she's taking down the crossfire regardless.
That was so huge. That was a bit of that was the bonus for the side of Please Send Help. CLG Red rifles donated, and they got caught. They had very little vision, very little information. Even on their rotation out, that Please Send Help having to anchor someone on Banana, using the utilities. I love to see it. That's the best thing about the buying up and having them on hand is it allows you to buy that time, buy the rotations, buy yourself a setup. Please Send Help. They're at 5.
They are. They're really stringing together these rounds super effectively, and I love it so far. Jessica, though, does try to find some pop shots. She plays aggressively outside Banana. Everybody on CLG Red, we talked about the slow tempo in the first half, or Please Send Help. They waited quite a while before their execute, but we never saw them this dialed back. think they're waiting for that very aggressive push they should be expecting from Please's side, but Please, they've tempered themselves, Sagidine. They're waiting for CLG Red to push up, but someone's got to alleviate it first. There's only a minute left.
Yeah, there's still a heavy presence over outside of Banana here with nothing but Miss Piggy, Kiki to hold things down. We saw it last time. That was, oh, Goose Breeder, what?
Okay,
Domed,
sure.
Lover Girl, hello?
I blinked and I missed it. And Kiki's got her own war to fight. She's good to take down one Banana. Julie only has a Deagle, though. She's trying to find impact, but Santa is able to take down Goose Breeder in the process. 2 left alive now. It's going to be up to Die to rotate on forward. She does have a flash lineup potentially in play for the entry. That should enable Julie to push up here, try to find opening contact towards the back. Takes down Kiki like it's nobody's business. Nearly finds the double. But the trade not even valid. Jessica to find the double. That's another round in a row for Please Send Help.
It's great. I really love the way that they've left Piggy Kiki to hold down Banana the way she does. It's very risky though, because that's a constant like shoulder peek that she has to do to make sure that, or to check to see if like there's any T's postured down Banana. Because if you get picked off, that is pretty much like, hey, B is wide open, come play. But again, we're seeing all of the utility exchange, a lot of mollies being thrown out, but it's gonna be the standard like crossfire setup over on B side. Meanwhile, A, we saw early push to start. I love the buddy system that Please Send Help did there early on, and now they're just gonna reset back, perhaps put a little more bodies over on B side, which is not the worst case. That is where the bomb is.
It's a triple hold on B too, right? From Please. They have these good crossfires. This one's more aggressive than any crossfire we've seen so far for the B execute. And Emmy's hiding that smoke. As soon as it dissipates, she may be in a world of pain. She's good for the opening pick, though, and it's forcing the other to back away. She finds the double kill, though. Plays off the timing so effectively. There's one hiding that smoke, though. It's going to be up to Kiki again, and Emmy's good for the triple kill. Completely clears out B site by herself. That's going to leave 2 left for Please. That's slower timing. We'd seen that same adaptation in the first half when we'd seen Please on T. And now it looks like CLG Red learned the same lesson. It's up to Mads to pick up the pieces. Does have Lover Girl nearby. Throwing out utility does allow time for the cross. Allows time for that space to be created. But Emmy, she's already good for 3 so far. She wants to clean out the whole team. She can find that proper timing. Emmy falls. No more ace for her. It's Die to hide behind instead. Unbelievably lit, though. It's good for 1. Make that 2, and Please, despite that disadvantage, nearly brought it back.
Oh my gosh, like a part of me's like, what if I had like Twitch chat open, I'm like, please back check Emmy right now. That is 2 kills through the smoke, by the way. I mean, it's just definitely had that read. That is such like an impactful spot on the back of Banana. And hey, I'm just gonna spray it down. I'm gonna get a kill there for sure. And it's pretty nuts. Utility usage, and that's kind of the why the Molly is such a good buy. Just the smokes are not always going to be enough. Oh, that's a blind kill, though. Just down to fall. Senna with the op, though, to trade.
You're good to go both ways, right? Opening picks go by and by. Op shot doesn't quite connect. Julie attempts to respond, but again, we see Kiki holding the same anchor before. She tries to play goalie for B, but more and more often now she's getting overrun before even finding any sort of shots or damage.
Oh, the bomb, though.
So far away. CLG are aware of how long the timing's going to be. Please Send Help are respecting it, though. They're afraid for the push-up. Now that the contact's been made off the audio, it's all a big eruption. Die's good to take down Mads. 1v1 Die! Like it's nobody's business. Goes for the strafe and finds a double kill.
That was a spray and a half there. I mean, puts CLG right on that point pretty much. And you kind of have to be a bit concerned here with, if you're Please Send, I mean, not a bit, you have to be a lot concerned. This is 1 round to your map selection of choice, swinging to the opponent's favor. And you kind of have to question what sort of adjustments can they do so late in the game like this. And the thing that they need to be wary about is smokes are good for removing line of sight, good for a bit of a delay, but you just don't want to be caught off guard when that thing finally dissipates because it is so deadly. Oh, this apartment battle.
That was so aggressive too. So aggressive. And the buys for Please have not looked that great. The only AK that was on the side of Please has gone down, and the other weapons here, we see a Deagle for Jessica's. Smaller submachine guns for everybody else. There is an M4 for Kiki, though. She's good to anchor the site. She's going to play aggressive more so this time than hiding on Fountain. But look at this. Oh, no. It's an execute. That Molly should stifle things off a little bit more, right? But as soon as she rotates around, she does make contact on the one, but she's not aware about the strafe on the left. She does try to contest it, though, and it's Goose Speeder to take Kiki down instead. And more the space is being created. Senna's hiding away. As long as she can create space and disrupt the Fountain play, we go down in unison.
A little nerve-wracking on that side, but in the end, CLG Red, they're going to take that first map win, and you can't really ask for anything more than that. They still had a better scoreline even on the first, like prior to their first meeting against Please